Bet you can't find me.
Okay, or not right now. I feel like saying okay so we can kind of treasure this childhood that we have left.
I'll give you 10 seconds to find a hiding spot, and then you're toast.
Turn around so I can hide. And don't look.
1, 2...
Come on! You're cheating!
How did he know?
No peeking!
1...
Come on! You're cheating!
Is it based on where the camera is? Fine.
I'm hiding, so don't look.
Fine.
No peeking!
I'm not!
1, 2...
Come on!
Oh my
You're
god.
cheating!
Sorry! Welcome back to Life is Strange. Last time we played, we went on a camping trip.
Whoa.
Hang
that
on.
place is huge.
It is.
It's kind of cool.
Just a second, please. Last time we played, we went on a camping trip. I say that like it's fun, but it's more like camping trip, like Lord of the Rings style camping trip, where it's not fun. Not really. Like the emotions behind this camping trip are not the same as a camping trip where we say, hey, this is what I want to do. And there's a lot of the word emotions comes to mind because it's true, but there's a lot of like responsibility on these characters. And I talked about parentification and how we're now this parent and that kind of responsibility. And I'm eager to see how it plays out, but also kind of terrified. Having said that, let's go.
I don't think Daniel understands what's going on.
Oh,
I
just
can't tell him the truth now.
getting right
just
back
can't.
to it. Yeah, like how do we explain these things to children? I think this is a very real thing that we face a lot. How do we explain things like the world isn't fair and equal, especially if our parents try very hard to do that for us, and we would like these things in the world, but it's not that way? And how do we teach children that things with cops aren't fair and equal? And even like bigger world concepts, you know, racism or sexism or any kind of bigotry. And these are like the big world concepts that came to my mind. And I imagine a part of this too might even be this idea of death, right? If I remember right, our character hasn't told their sibling that their father is actually dead. Like, the character that we are playing is a teenager. How do we explain that to a child? Especially if we haven't processed it ourselves. And adults don't know how to explain these things to children, so how do we? Like, as a teenager, how do we know how to do that? And as a parent, there's so much responsibility to do it right. You have to do parenting the right way. And if we have taken on the responsibility of parenting now, is that burden falling on us? But then what is the right way? Like, that's the biggest thing with parenting. There is no right way or wrong way to parent, but yet we feel that way. And how do we manage all of these things? In contrast to all of that, the way they label things is super cute in the game. Let's talk about trauma, but in a cute way.
Dad always knew exactly where to go. He was a living compass.
Huh. Or even this feeling of like, Dad wouldn't have been lost. Dad would have had the answers for these things. Dad would have known what to tell his brother. Maybe like those types of questions too, right? I think the ironic part about that is his dad probably would have still been really lost.
What does that one say?
What one? Forgot to run. Rock faster is this one? This button. That button. I found it.
Hey.
Dad always knew exactly where to go.
Oh. Sorry.
I bet
He was a
Dad-
living compass. He isn't a tree mechanic, dude.
He knows way more than you.
Wow.
I wish we could see him now.
We'll like rub some salt into that wound, thanks. I was just thinking it's funny to have like the inner monologue on top of like the brother talking, and then that salt just got really ground in there. And I say that knowing that the brother wouldn't know that, right? We say these things that are potentially harmful to other people. I say harmful as in like that's how they're interpreted, but we don't always know that that's how they're taken. This is also a child too, so like, does he know that this is how we're interpreting things? No. But again, like, how we interpret things is such a huge part of that. And that means that we can still interpret things as being harmful. Not harmful. Harmful may be a harsh word to say there, but I'm kind of like at a loss for words. But we can still interpret things as something that hurts us, even if it's not how it was intended.
Man,
Where are we going?
what are we doing out here? Huh.
The river must be a bit further. Let's
Told
take a
you.
look around.
It's like Lord of the Rings style camping. Not the kind of camping that you want, but sometimes the kind of camping that you get. Oh. It's a lot of these
I don't know how I still remember these.
markings. Maybe,
This one looks like a Tetris block.
you know, we take the things that we know, and that becomes like our worldview, our schema, and we just apply everything. We take these things in the world around us, and we apply it to what we know. So, I mean, it makes sense that we would look at that and say, that's a Tetris block. Also, maybe I just don't go camping, but I don't think I've seen these trail markers. Having said that, I don't really go camping. I will own that. Camping is very outdoorsy, and I am not very outdoorsy. There's bugs and nature out there.
Ooh, Sean! Let's play hide and seek. Bet you can't find me.
Okay, or not right now. I feel like saying okay so we can kind of treasure this childhood that we have
Yeah?
left.
I'll give you 10 seconds to find a hiding spot, and then you're toast.
Turn around so I can hide. And don't look.
1, 2.
Come on! You're cheating!
How did he know?
No peeking!
1.
Come on! You're cheating!
Is it based on where the camera is? Fine.
I'm hiding, so don't look.
Fine.
No peeking!
I'm not!
1, 2.
Come on!
Oh my
You're
god.
cheating!
Sorry.
No peeking!
1,
I just
2.
don't want to lose the only family I've left.
3, 4,
Count faster, Sean. Come on. Faster, faster, faster.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Oh no.
Okay,
Don't lose your family.
where are you?
That would be horrible. This is the only family you've got left, so let's not lose this. He's also a kid, so hopefully he didn't go
Now.
too far.
Where could Daniel be?
Is he behind this outcrop that I tried to explore earlier? Oh, please don't be too far.
Ooh, I see you, Daniel. But you don't see me.
Where? Okay, Sean, where? Is this like a weird where's... Oh, there he is. I was like, where is he? Right there. Is there a sneak option? It looks like he's actually like just full on hiding his face even. I don't think that's how hide and seek works. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if it works to my advantage. Oh, our only option is to scare! Gonna scare the zombie child.
Here you are.
You almost didn't find me.
Yeah, we're in a giant forest.
The best hiding spot.
Out in the open. But he's right, I almost didn't find him. I have to go all the way back. Would you prefer the chaos of before? Berries? Oh no, don't eat wild berries. Look.
We don't have much.
Sean, I found berries.
This is better than nothing.
No. You don't know if they're
Can I taste
poisonous.
one, please?
No. Not these ones. Hold on. Yeah, not these ones.
Not these ones. Come on.
I'm starving. One won't hurt.
Yeah, it could. You better listen to me.
Fuck. I have no idea where we are. What I'm
Well-
doing.
Oh. I was gonna say, well, we just saw a map not too long ago, but I mean, like, bigger scheme of things, yeah. It's up here. More berries. Which I don't want to...
Did you go to summer camp around here?
Oh, God, no. No, not here. Don't remind me.
Why is
was
this so
summer in
bad?
hell.
Oh.
Maybe that's why Dad never sent me.
Because I told him he better not. Just bugs and bullies. People write some stupid shit sometimes.
Yeah, that feels like what people would do. Cat food.
We're not that desperate yet.
Feels so good to sit and not walk.
That's fair.
I'll leave that to the zombies.
Man, this bench is like a rock. I miss our couch.
All the things that we kind of take for granted until we don't have them. The way that this game keeps talking, and then you run. The way that this game talks about food, like the cat food, the berries, the chocolate bar,
Look,
it makes me wonder if we're gonna have to start doing resource management, like some kind of survival horror game. And that's not what I want to do. It's not the kind of stress that I signed up for. Squirrel! We can sit on the bench. What's over here? Look.
Just like the trails Dad used to take me on. Picnic and hiking site.
Well, I bet nobody comes out here to picnic anymore. Well, that's good for us.
no camping? Uh-oh.
Don't worry. Nobody's gonna find us out here.
Do not feed or
The
disturb
bears.
the animals? What? What kind of animals?
Bears.
Bears?
Yes.
Or coyotes? Or...
More like squirrels or rabbits or anything with claws and fangs. Oh. I mean, if there are posters of bears, that makes me think that bears might be a possibility. I don't know how much bears are in Washington. Or Washington. We're in Washington, right? I think we're in Washington. I don't know how much bears are in Washington. It's probably coyotes. I don't know. I mean, yeah, squirrels and rabbits are also a thing, right? Two things can be true at the same time, but it's kind of this idea of like, how realistic do we want to be? I think that's hard with kids because sometimes there's a balance between these things. How much do we want to scare them versus how much do we want to prepare them? And this is probably something that depends on the situation. There's not a one-size-fits-all kind of a thing. Anything with claws and fangs. Because we saw something similar up by the driveway area, entranceway, right? I think. Kind of this idea that if you feed these wild animals, they'll be encouraged, like, well, first off, they'll depend on humans and won't, I guess, feed themselves. I think that's the mentality behind it. But also this idea of, like, they'll come out more and they'll approach people more and they're inherently not domesticated. But here we're not talking about if we're going to feed them. I think it's more talking about, like, how much should we be aware of them? Oh, gosh, I don't know. Anything with claws and fangs.
Oh yeah.
Bears, coyotes,
Oh, no.
wolves, Bigfoot. Anything with claws and fangs, really.
I don't feel like that was a good choice.
We shouldn't be out here.
I'm kidding, Daniel.
I
There's
feel like I
nothing in
just
this forest.
scared him.
Don't freak yourself out.
Like, unnecessarily, versus like, let's be prepared for the realistic.
Let's just hope that doesn't happen while we're here.
What's this other poster?
What would happen if someone actually catches us?
Yeah, but like, we have these parks all the time where they say no camping. And if there's not a park ranger out there, that stops people from still camping, right? I mean, I'm sure that these parks also have a rule of no carving dicks into park benches, and yet it still happens. So there's kind of this line between like how much we listen to these rules, especially if there's nobody to enforce them. So this, you know, we have this poster that says no drugs, no trash, no hunting, no fireworks/firearms, nothing that explodes in any way, shape, or form. No graffiti. Well, we know that rule's been broken. No excessive noise. No fucking fun. So again, we have a demonstration of the rules and a demonstration of them being broken. But our character looks at that as, but what about me? What if I do it? Almost like the spotlight effect, where we focus on us and the negative things about us. So kind of like, okay, other people have broken the rules and I'm going to ignore the fact that that happens to them. But what about me? Right? Because we've seen more examples of...
Can you send Noah?
We've seen more examples of other people breaking the rules than anything else. And we have seen nothing about consequences. To be fair, those consequences could have happened and we just didn't see it. However, what we have seen, like, we pay far more attention to anecdotal evidence than anything else. We also, and especially stuff that happens to us, and that stands out in our mind far more than anything else. Just like the negatives stand out far more in our mind more than anything else. We have a character who has experienced something where they received a consequence despite not doing anything. So I can see it being very easy for their brain to say, yes, these other people have broken the park rules and they, like, nothing bad happened to them. But my life experience tells me that I still get consequences. Like, bad things still happen to me even if I don't do anything. So therefore, what if someone does catch us?
Text or something? So he knows why I'm not online? Please?
No.
Come on, Daniel. You know we don't get reception out here.
Also,
Don't
how are you
worry
going to
about
charge your
me.
phone? Also, the whole point of running away is so that people don't know where you are.
Now we know what not to do, right?
I guess.
Have fun?
I don't like it here.
Yeah. I don't think the point is to like it. Fortunately.
Damn. I'm so tired. Feels like we're walking nowhere.
Probably in
How am
everywhere
I
at the same
supposed to
time.
take care of us out here? I don't even know what happened back there.
I swear.
That cop. Or Daniel. How can that be?
Whoa. Look at that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Never seen you get so jacked up over a nice view before.
So? I've never seen anything like this. Never, ever.
Yeah. I guess you haven't. I remember when Dad...
I wish Dad was here with us.
Well, thanks. Not cooling off anymore?
Yes, you're super cool. But I just wish the family was together. At home. It'll be cool to watch a movie and get a pizza and eat ice
Dude,
cream.
stop. I told you we have to keep going.
But he...
We'll see that later. Right now, it's just you and me. Okay?
Yeah. It's our park. We can do whatever we want.
That's right.
We just saw two things happen, right? Like, Daniel doesn't know what happened to their dad. Not really. Sean has a better picture, but the cop car got yeeted. So like, dude, does anybody really know? I don't know. So, but Sean is a better picture than Daniel. And so it's like, Sean is trying to shield Daniel from the truth of what happened to their dad. Well, at the same time, like, Daniel's a kid. He's going to bring it up. He's going to... What we saw was Daniel sees his brother as a safe person. So he brings up his emotions. Like, I miss this person. I really wish they were here. I'm sad about this. Here are the things that I like and I want and I desire. And we only say those things to people who are safe to us. We don't say those things to people who are unsafe to us. Unless they're kind of testing the waters, like, how do you feel about these things? Or how will you react if I bring these things up? And so Daniel brought those things up to his brother because his brother is a safe person to him. And his brother, because he knows that he's shielding things, or like, because he knows more than his brother, Sean had this reaction of like, don't do that. Let's not talk about this. It's two different ways of processing things. Daniel wants to talk about it. Daniel wants to have a conversation. And Daniel also doesn't seem to quite understand what has happened. Some of this could be age or just lack of knowledge. And Sean wants to shut it down. Could this be because he's processing things differently? Potentially. This could also be because he's the parent. It's like, I have things to do. And because I have things to do to take care of you, I can't... It's like, I can't be emotional, otherwise I can't do that job of taking care of you. So it's like, he's setting this boundary of like, let's not talk about this, because then I'll be emotional and then I can't take care of you. But if we back up earlier than that, we saw something that I think is absolutely wonderful. So there was this moment where we saw Sean getting really wrapped up in their negative thoughts, where it's like, I don't know what happened. How am I going to do this? It was very negative. It was a lot of self-doubt and self-criticism and what if thinking that can come with anxiety. And then his brother came up and almost centered him back into the moment. A lot of anxiety thinking is future thoughts. What if this happens? What if this other thing happens? How am I going to handle this? Like, all of those thoughts aren't actually happening in the moment. And a lot of mindfulness and meditation is about being in the current moment, being in the present moment. Because in the present moment, if we're practicing mindfulness, it's more about notice that. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is. And sometimes being in nature helps with that, ironically, which is why I think it is so fantastic that the brother came up and he was like, hey, like, isn't this so cool? Let's just be in nature. Let's just look at these cool things that we have never seen in our life before. And it was almost a way to bring him back to the current moment. Like, let's be grateful. Let's be grateful for the fact that we haven't seen views like this, to notice the beautiful world all around us. And it really brought his brother out of that downward spiral, if you will. I think that was a really cool moment that the game showed as well. How sometimes we need that, and sometimes other people can facilitate bringing us out of moments like that. But just that contrast between the thought patterns that we can have when we are kind of future thinking like that and spiraling versus being in the moment.
Right. So, we better go build a secret base so we can hide out for the night. Are you ready?
Frodo is always ready for adventure, Sean Wise.
To continue that thought, we can even, as the player, sit here and stay in the moment with these characters. And I guess I can look at that as we can have them stay mindful. We can appreciate the beauty. We can be grateful, right? And practicing something like gratitude can feel maybe frivolous. It can feel like it's not going to help. And a lot of things that feel like coping can feel that way. It can feel like, what's the point? But if negative thought patterns start slow and over time, because we don't just spiral suddenly oftentimes. Usually negative thought patterns are something where we have one negative thought and that negative thought doubles. And then those negative thoughts double. It happens slowly over time. So if negative thoughts can happen slowly and over time, positive habits can work the same way. So first off, gratitude may not work for everybody, and that's fair, and I totally want to recognize that, but maybe gratitude is only one piece of the puzzle. And maybe that is something that will help slowly over time. Same with mindfulness, staying in the moment, and maybe being in nature. Deep breaths. I mean, like, there's so many of these things that kind of are like that. They're maybe just one piece of the puzzle. It feels
Okay.
feels bad
Let's
to
go.
purposely choose to leave these moments too. Maybe not get too close to the edge there, buddy. All right. Well,
Hello down there.
I like how Sean's like, "Oh man, what if someone catches us?" And then his brother's like, "Hey, you guy."
We've been walking for so long. I wonder how far we are from Seattle.
That's a good question. I would expect more campers if the weather's nice.
Nobody knows what they mean anymore.
I don't know.
What does
they
that
mean.
one say?
It tells us to go straight.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I get it. It's a tree map.
I like how the game is like a wild raccoon in its natural habitat. Like there aren't raccoons in Seattle.
Daniel, come check this out.
What?
I'm assuming there are.
Be quiet. He'll take off.
Ooh, raccoon. He's so cute.
Until he's in your
That
trash.
raccoon will tear us apart. Let's go, bro.
Not to the raccoon. I mean, they will definitely get into whatever food you have. Which I don't think we have a lot. It's not.
Here, kitty kitty.
No.
Aw. That raccoon must be starving.
Raccoons are way smarter than us. He'll find more food.
It said to go straight, but I don't know which way is straight.
Hey,
What if this raccoon is related to the one on the road?
Hey,
Oh.
don't think about stuff like that.
Maybe they were brothers, like us. Makes me sad.
Stop. They're just raccoons.
I mean,
That's one big tree.
they're just raccoons, but that's a certain amount of empathy to have for creatures that, in theory, we
Leave
haven't
that
met
away from
before.
Your brother, dude.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I spend all that time going, oh my gosh, what if I lose him? And then I just leave him behind.
Dad showed me how to read these when I was 8.
Oh.
Hey, there's another one here.
Okay. I was like, we can go 2 different ways. So how do I know which way to go? Well, this certainly tells me which way to go. Not this
I do
way.
not want to get stuck out here. We gotta find a campsite.
Wow,
I
so
don't think ants can move those rocks.
The ants, not ants. From Lord of the Rings. Jeez.
did Daniel like not pay attention to anything from Lord of the Rings? Ents and ants. So Daniel pays attention to like real world
So far.
real world stuff. So like the trail markers, but not the movies. Or books, I guess, really. How unstable is this area though, if the trails just keep getting covered in landslides? I guess I don't think of landslides very often. Daniel? Daniel, I can't go back. Please come. Yes, come over. Come on.
No way they're putting us in foster care.
Ah, that's the other thing, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of like, what do we see as being worse? Foster care or living out this way? How old is this character? 16? I think they said 14, 16, something like that. So like, do we see it to be better to live on our own, camping for 2 years, because at that point we could like just like take in our brother ourselves, or just go into the foster care system. I say that I have not worked that like element of stuff, so like that's not something that I consider my area of expertise, but something that I do believe is that they usually try to keep families together, as in I imagine they would probably reach out to somebody that this family is related to and be like, hey, are you cool with taking these kids in? Granted, what we do know about this family is that a lot of the dad's family is in Mexico, I believe. But what about the mom? Like, is there someone from the mom's family at all that they could get a hold of? So it's not something where I imagine they immediately would just be like, you go into a family, right? And there's also this assumption, I think, because of media and things like that, that all of these foster families are bad. And don't get me wrong, they may not be all great, but all of this goes down to perception. How do we perceive this to where camping for potentially 2 to 4 years is better?
Hey, Daniel, you hear that?
Daniel? Daniel! Child, where are you? Are you stuck on the log? Not quite. No, you're kind of in it. I hope the game like resets you, cause I can't do anything about that.
Is that a bird's nest?
Oh, yeah.
You just like hear him shouting. Like they even have this amount of distance with it where he's just like shouting from the log. Hey, Sean! Is that a bird's nest? Why, yes. Yes, it is.
Everywhere out here.
I can't
Come
even
on.
hear you.
We're too big for a nest.
Jeez. Am I gonna get so far away that he's gonna be like, oh, I can't leave him
I
behind?
know.
What do you
Better
know?
hurry up.
You got the zoomies. At least it's not game breaking.
This is pretty high up.
Do you want help?
Sean,
Yeah.
can
Let's
you?
help.
Come on. I got you.
We didn't help with the log.
Thanks.
Sorry. I think one hard part about this too is, let's say hypothetically we go on this Lord of the Rings style camping trip for 2 years. Again, this is like a very personal personal subjective thing. Let's go with that word. That word I can say. Our brother and I, like both of these kids would not be in school for that whole time. Like, do we think that that's better than being with a family? Like a foster care family? Or even like healthcare, right? Like if one of us gets sick, so much of this seems very short-term thinking. It's this idea of like, this thing seems like foster care or the cops seem so horrible to me that this alternative seems so much better. But parts of that really don't seem better to me. And this is of course my opinion, but like, I mean, the dentist, right? Like, not to mention food.
You
had a lot of-
that? Looks like a clicker. Creepy.
Is that a Last of Us reference? I wasn't expecting that.
Stop it.
Is that legal?
What the hell is that?
Probably a mushroom.
I should have listened in biology class.
That's probably not edible. I mean, that's the other thing too, right? Like, Maslow's hierarchy is very much a thing that applies. So it is so much harder to get higher level needs met, like self-esteem, relationships, if we're struggling to get our basic needs met, food, water, shelter, those kinds of things. So if we're constantly going to be struggling to get food or shelter for years, again, this is like a very hypothetical, how are we going to work through our trauma? For example, is this going to add a new level of trauma where we've been maybe experiencing homelessness for years? We've been struggling to find food and shelter for years. I don't know where my brother is.
At least no one's gonna look for us out here.
No, probably not. I mean, I think all the way out here is the last place that someone would look for children. Okay, this game needs like a call button, so I can just call, like Marco Polo style for my brother. There's a nice outcrop from the rain. I can't get there. I can kind of get there. Where are you, Daniel? That's...
Dude, you struck out. That did not scare me.
Liar, liar.
It was a little bit.
I saw
It was a
your
little bit.
face.
That was, surprise. Maybe you scared me for like 1 second.
I got you, I eat you.
That's...
Don't mess with the zombie.
I was just looking for him too. It's one of those things where it's like, it's exceptionally quiet here. Where are you, child? I don't hear the chaos and mayhem and madness that usually comes with children.
Hurt.
Yeah, where would you get clothes?
Ooh. Looks like a cave.
So many logistical questions.
Kind of spooky.
I don't think this plan
No.
was very well thought out.
Actually, it's kind of perfect.
What? No.
For what?
Yeah.
For us, man.
No. Oh, Daniel, no.
We're gonna stay in there?
No.
I don't know.
Yes.
Come on, Daniel. Look, this could be our secret base.
I bet we could stop any orcs from capturing us in here.
Cool. In that case, we definitely need to get a fire going first, right?
Right. Yes. So what do we need?
Shit to make a fire, or you protect the base. I feel like they're both kind of stumbling through this. Like they both, there's not a plan here. Absolutely no plan. Making this stuff up as we go. And I think what that means is we saw something unfold where we have Daniel trying very gently to point out that this is not a great place to stay. This is not a great plan. But then it's almost like he saw that like his brother wanted to do this, and so he changed his mind. So Sean is trying his best, and instead of being like a negative Nancy, so to speak, Daniel's like, yeah, sure, we can protect it like from the orcs and all that other stuff. So I think that's what we saw. And sometimes that is something that like we have two children here realistically, and it's like they're protecting each other in that way. But this is also the kind of thing where if this continues for a long time, would that potentially become people-pleasing, where we're just constantly changing our emotions to other people? I think with this choice, though, I think it would be better to have our younger brother stay at a landmark where we can find them, and we can go get the fire stuff, and then come back to that landmark.
I need you to build a fort to keep out orcs, trolls, everything. And I'll take care of finding the wood. Deal?
Yes. I can build traps too. Nothing will get to us.
Awesome, dude.
I know.
Are those like the only Lord of the Rings type references that Sean knows?
Okay. Let's unpack. Finally.
Ah, the blanket. Oh, that was only 2 days ago. One thing of water. Oh no. Newspaper clipping.
Oh man, our base is gonna be awesome. Look,
Coming!
Hmm.
let's see. Here's a good spot.
Okay, so I don't actually have to go there. I wonder how much of this game is going to have that connection to the past
One step here and wham.
with what happened with the dad, and how much of it is going to be
Now this is perfect.
like almost like moving on, or this kind of stuff, I guess, is what I think of.
This is gonna be one.
Like, are we gonna go back to the house?
Nice and dry.
I mean, we have our phone, we have our charger, if I remember the contents of the backpack right, but we don't have a place to charge it.
We can't fortify without weapons.
Of course, priorities.
Great. Sun is going down.
Yep.
To hurry up.
So if we can't put these logs
We have.
down, I'm assuming we need more. Right next to the river, does that mean a higher chance for bears?
That's enough for a toasty fire.
Wasp nest? Why are we looking at this?
Holy shit. Dad went to the ER after he got stung.
Oh no.
Now we don't have that option.
It's too quiet.
So, Sean is aware that there's a huge lack of emergency care out here, or medical care in general. Oh, you can't even call for 911. Also, are allergies like that genetic? I don't know. Now I'm paranoid if there are other things that I should be looking at before I put the logs in. It's such a big area in front of us. We don't have food, we don't have clean water. Oh.
Hey, this isn't too bad. I guess Daniel can chill a little.
Hey, can you give me a hand?
Yeah.
You're moving that honker?
This is the best way to protect the base.
Yo, what are you doing?
Trying to move this branch to protect the base.
Good call.
Branch.
Here, let me take this side.
You got it?
We'll see. Go ahead and push.
Okay. I mean, Daniel's serious then about like fortifications.
We did it. Nothing can get in here now.
Damn right. Nice work, Daniel.
Cool. I'll go check the river.
Oh shit. At a certain point, I mean, if this is how ambitious we're being, couldn't we just stack up all these like massive logs and actually make it a sort of fortified house?
1986? Damn, that's ancient.
Oh! Okay, well, rip to anyone alive from the 80s. Okay, this log works really well because I can't get around it. Weapons rack.
Now that's a fort.
I
Good
mean,
work, little bro. We're doing okay together.
I think there's a certain amount of like all things considered that belongs with all this too, right?
He's such a little guy, but he's staying strong.
These spikes are working really well because I can't get around them. As much as I would like to joke around with them like not being that great, they work really well. What are you doing down here? Child. What is this? Scratches.
Shit, those are bear claws.
Oh no! This is why we need to just take all the logs and stack them up. We just make an actual fortress. And hide under
You
it.
must be so far from our house.
Is this barbed wire? Or thorns?
Why did I drag Daniel into this?
I mean,
What
what
could I have
else?
done?
Yeah, what else were you going to do?
Shoot, he... Oh. Sorry, Mr. Fish.
Oh no! Teach.
Watch me.
Come on. That's a boulder, not a rock.
I mean,
Here, you need a flat rock.
boulders are
Hold
rocks.
it like this. Look at my hand. Boom.
I've never
Okay,
been able to skip
I get
rocks.
it. My turn.
Hold it with your thumb and finger. And spin your wrist when you throw.
Almost.
That's like me when I try to skip rocks. Try again, or we'll try next time. Yeah, I mean, like we can try again. Both are valid. I think there's a certain point where we try so much that we get frustrated, but we can try
Not
it
bad.
again.
Give it another try.
Aw, so close.
I don't laugh because it's silly. I laugh because that's what I do.
Try again. You've almost got it.
That tone of voice almost sounds like he's saying, you have to keep trying till you get this, though. We'll try next time.
Don't worry, man. The current's just too strong here. We'll try on a lake next time. Deal?
Deal.
Like, I
Guess
don't...
we're just going on a trip. I can't imagine when he'll find out what really happened.
I don't think it's great to have this attitude of, like, you have to keep trying. You have to get this right. Because I think that gives way to a lot of perfectionism. I think that it also gives way to a lot of feeling as though, like, I'm not good enough if I don't get it right. When that's the whole point of practicing something, is that you don't get it right. And perfectionism, or like perfect doesn't exist. And there's time and space, and it's perfectly valid to try another time.
Oh, you want to challenge me? Behold my sword.
Also, play the ally or play the opponent. Let's play the ally. Also, Sean is like, oh, he thinks that we're just like out and about and like doesn't know what happened. What stands out to me about that is that that's because we haven't told them. So I feel like that begs the question of, when do we tell them? Like, he's gonna find out eventually. Eventually. And I think this becomes one of those things where if we wait for too long, won't Daniel resent us for not telling him? So when do we tell him? And again, there's no right or wrong reason. I feel like very much Sean is going into this like, I'm protecting my brother, which is, again, totally valid. But at what point do we tell him, though? At what point do we decide that maybe the truth is something that... At what point is not telling the truth more of an avoidance thing? And at what point is it more about us trying to avoid it by not talking about this than protecting the other person, right? These are very subjective things and very difficult things to think through and talk about.
Who are you? Who are we fighting?
Orcs and goblins tracked us down. Watch out.
They can't beat our fellowship.
Ah, they're
Well, and
down.
it's...
None shall pass.
It's great that Daniel responded positively to that. It's not like Daniel was like, oh, you can't play with me. What are you doing?
Awesome.
Damn right.
Again, he sees Sean as a very
Thanks
safe
for
person.
having my back.
So then how will he respond when he finds out that he was lied to? Not lied to, but like
Now that is
protected.
a big web.
Scare or explain? Well, let's explain. Also, spiders from Lord of the Rings, right? Is this what we're still playing? Is it
You're safe,
Shelob?
little girl. Spiders hibernate in the fall.
Do they?
Good. I remember when you pushed me into that web.
Hey, that was a long time ago.
Is that what the scare would have
You
been?
got me back, right?
Yeah, well, you screamed when you saw that plastic spider. So funny.
Yeah, ha ha. At least they won't bug us tonight. Get it?
No.
Okay.
This would be a cool spot for real vacations.
It's almost like flashing lights, just it's a spider. Oh, it's done. It's like the game heard me. It was like, stop making fun of me. There we
I
go.
ran into a web like that when I was a kid. Ew.
It's like the spider was having a dance. And then the spider became self-conscious and was like, don't move. All right, Daniel, are you done doing stuff?
I haven't been hiking since Dad took us.
There's so many memories about the outdoors, too. I imagine that that's really hard to deal with. All right. I think that we've done all of this stuff, so let's do the fire. Ooh, Dad's lighter. Everything is a memory of something. Either the day it happened or
Check this out,
Dad.
Sean. Whoa.
You're on Pride Rock.
Nice view.
Uh-huh.
You can see so far.
I'm coming, or let's go eat. Where are we going to eat? Like, you're not gonna go to a McDonald's at this rate, right? Also, I just realized as I'm saying that, I'm like, you're not gonna drive your car to McDonald's. Whose car was it? Who is there? And it was all dusty inside, implying that they've been here for a while and haven't gone back to their car. That's not great. That feels ominous. Let's just go with them coming. I don't know what the food
Wait,
situation is.
I'm coming.
Oh, we're doing this. Did I look at the specs? Oh, we did.
He's such a
I looked.
little guy, but he's staying strong.
Okay. Does feel like Pride Rock. Or like, I'm king of the world or queen. I don't care. Ruler of the world. This is really pretty. Is that a fire? No, it's clouds. Yeah. Oh gosh, that would also be terrible out here.
It's
Also,
beautiful.
don't have a lot of clothing options for when it gets
Pretty
cold.
amazing, huh?
Or
See?
shelter.
It's not so bad here in the forest.
For now.
Hey, look at those clouds. What do they look like to you?
I don't know. Cotton candy?
That's it? Cotton candy?
He's
I
not
don't know.
wrong.
What do you see?
A dragon or our babysitter. I like the dragon option. Dragons just sound cool.
A dragon.
What? Where?
Okay. There's the tail. And the horns. And the fangs. And the smoke coming out of its mouth.
Oh, I see it. It's awesome. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a pet dragon? Ooh, I see something else. There's a giant douchebag.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Right here.
Oh, really?
Right here, huh?
So another thing that we have to purposefully choose to leave. It's been a very long time since I've read like Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn, and I forget why that adventure started in Huck Finn. That's kind of what comes to mind too, this idea of like children going on this journey that feels great at the time, but is it, right? And then of course like those books have a bunch of other layers to them as well, but so it comes to my mind. Granted, we're not in a raft. There's like some element of not wanting those moments to end if they
Let's go eat something.
are more, I don't know, peaceful than what could potentially come later.
All right, and I know. We're cave people now. Time to make fire.
We make fire. Can I help?
Blow, or I have bigger lungs. I mean, like, yeah, let him help. Blow.
You have a big mouth like me, so come on. Blow.
Yes.
Dude,
Oh.
don't blow it out.
Sorry.
He doesn't know.
I wanted to do it like a movie.
Oh, nice. It's warming up.
Like, this is one of those things where sometimes when we're older, we take for granted that kids would know these things just because we know it. But, like, you know, we have to break it down smaller and teach kids so that way they know. It's really pretty. That would be like a warm soda, though.
Wish we had more.
I know. Me too.
I wish we had a cheeseburger and a milkshake like yesterday.
Yesterday was yesterday, or that shake was so good. So kind of like, do we want to leave the past in the past? Or is there some value in remembering the past? I think there's benefit to both, but depends, like a lot of things, it kind of depends on how much we do it, right? I think in something like this, though, the more we think about it, the more we focus on it, the more we're gonna feel hungry, though. So maybe yesterday was yesterday.
Yesterday was yesterday. Now that we're out here, we have to do everything ourselves. Right?
Okay. But you'll help me if I need it, right?
That's what I'm here for. And you gotta help me, too.
So this is the stuff we grabbed from the house. We grabbed the soda, we grabbed the cookies. Oh my gosh, thank God we didn't grab the beer. That would have been awful.
How long can we last out here?
Lighter.
I could really use a smoke.
Man, this is the coolest secret base ever. Look, a full moon. Ooh.
It's not quite full yet, Wolf Boy.
Do you think there are werewolves for real?
In this game? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. The previous game had some amount of hours? Does this game continue that because the car was thrown? I don't know. The first game started off with it immediately, though. This game is like a slower burn to find that out. We are the wolves, or of course there are. Oh, we are the wolves. The loading screen has wolves.
Dude, we are the wolves. Ow! See? Ow, ow! Ow, ow, ow! Ow, ow, ow! Ow, ow, ow!
It may not be the smartest thing, though, to howl like that.
That's my quota of cookies for the year.
That's it? That's your yearly quota of cookies? Oh man, that would be like an hour's quota of cookies for me. Ugh.
Good I took those and not the beers.
Exactly!
Daniel needed this sugar rush.
I mean, that's probably debatable.
Still no reception. Court.
Oh, I was like, what? It just very suddenly jumped into the phone. Okay, so we hadn't... I don't think we've heard from our boss in a while. Okay, so these are the messages from our boss. The ones from the 30th are the new ones. Sean, I see you're on schedule, so where are you? I hope you've got a very good reason to bail on us like that. Call me now if you want your job. Sean, you just can't bail out on us on inventory days. Like, inventory day is more important. Wouldn't this have been in the news, though? Like, wouldn't they have known? That's really unprofessional. Sean, boss here. Sorry about my previous messages. Gina finally told me about what happened, and I'm deeply sorry for your loss. So, like, finally finding out. We are all thinking of you and hope you will contact the Seattle PD so they can clear this up. You and your brother need to be here to get all of our help. That almost sounds like the police department is talking through him. Like, the police department can't get a hold of him. And so, or can't find him. And so it's kind of like, oh, well, let me reach out to his job. Hey, will you text him? That's kind of how that feels. Please contact me anytime if you need anything. But Sean doesn't seem to have a close relationship to his boss. Why would his name be, I'm assuming gender, but like, why would their name be boss if we had a close relationship with them, right? What is this? Drawings? Bookmarks. Son, I hope you'll work wonders with this new sketchbook. I'm sure you will. Oh, it's heartbreaking. That is, if you're not too lazy to get to it. Gee, thanks, Dad. I remember your very first drawing was of me. Now, can you beat my skillful portrait of you? Okay, right. I'll leave the art to you and go back to my engines. Felice Complanos? 16 for 26? Love you, your poppy. I can't speak Spanish. Oh. Labor fucking day. Chef Diaz breaks out. Finally, or final grill of the summer. La Fashion. La Fashion. Baseball is for losers. Hi, Dad. I can see you. This one was a real pain in the ass today. His brother. Coyote iguana of approval. I am not a PETA. Pain in the ass. Spacey, Stacy. These are really cool, like, caricatures of people. Back to Li. I love that. Slow Susan, late AF. Thank God for Lila and her silly jokes. These are really cool. Ollie, oxen-free motherfuckers. Buy new wheels. Oh, Sunday, gamey Sunday. Ah, them and the dad. Misty mice with their friend. That guy was such a dog, am I right? Sharing this fucking racist. Jen. American Horror Debate. So glad I was baked. Oh, 2016. Was there actually a debate on October 20th, 2016. Oh my god. The dog in the fire meme. This is fine. This is so cool. I have, like, how would this beetle look back at this and to be like, first of all, this is given to me by my dad. Second of all, like, the dad had made this comment about, like, just decide what you want to do with your life. Like, I'll support you no matter what. But everything is different now. Everything is different. Right? This idea of, first off, we can't decide what we want to do with our life anymore. And second of all, let's say this character wanted to do art. They can't anymore. Right? Or again, this idea that it's all different. Or even this idea of, like, so much of trauma is our associations with things. So if they associate art with their dad, maybe because of the comments that the dad made, or this book, right, or the fact that their dad is the one who encouraged so much of the art potentially in so many different ways, would they want to do the art anymore? So let's say the story finds a way to go back to normal and everything's fine. Would they want to do art anymore? Because of the associations that the art might have. Or even just being able to look at this and say, oh, this is my past life that I don't have anymore. Like that sense of loss. That this idea of, like, I'm looking at things that I can never have anymore. Oh, this book is so tragic in that way. The fuck is wrong with Mrs. W today? She's so hostile. So this is like one of those notes that gets passed back and forth. Dunno, maybe new husband left her. What the fuck? Wouldn't be the first time. You okay? You look tired. Had insomnia again. So who's... Oh, so the blue is the friend. Shit, what does your therapist say? The therapist is what, the sloth picture? That'll be $200, as the therapist says. Nothing. He writes sleeping pill prescriptions. Is that a therapist or like a psychiatrist? Thanks, Dr. Obvious. He's a crook. Yeah, I know. I gotta find a new one. Let me check your sketchbook. Oh my god, you sketched Jen, you stalker. How come you never get how come I never get my portrait done? Check this out. I do think it is totally valid to want to switch therapists for a variety of reasons. It can be because of just not getting along and like personality even, or things that are said, or for... There's so many reasons why we can want to switch therapists, and they're all totally valid. It's your therapy, basically. I think it's important to put out there too. Because if we feel guilty for switching therapists, that doesn't really help. That doesn't facilitate whatever happens in the therapy room that is good and helpful. Feeling like we have to stay with a therapist that isn't working for us doesn't really help. Halloween party at Eric's. Bring shit with Lila. Text Jen. Be cool. So this is like... watching it happen. Like waiting for it when you know it's gonna happen. This is the sketch that we did in the bedroom. I was gonna say what's gonna happen after that. Total nightmare. Can't figure out what happened. So there's like this huge contrast in like the art style. Don't get me wrong, like we could say that the art style is maybe like very caricature sometimes, like sometimes more realistic. Almost like very cartoony, right? Like it would do well in an indie game. But they have a certain realistic style too that they do, but this is just like writing and chaos. Just like writing things out and scratching it. Total nightmare. Can't figure out what happened. All blurry. Brent and I got into a fight. Then the cop came out of nowhere, and then Dad was here, and he tried to something. Fuck. October 29th. Lost. Fucked. Not lost. Just fucked. Only $30 left. Need food, clothes, hideout. Where? Need to keep on drawing so I don't go crazy. So like drawing is how they're coping. But the drawing isn't the same. It's coping, right? But it's almost like the style of drawing or the art style is maybe a representation of how they're feeling too, right? We can see that contrast between this, the curves, the willingness to go into more detail, maybe the idea of like, if I'm able to sit with what's going on, I can give more detail. And then this, where it's just, it's maybe boxes, it's quick sketches, that kind of thing. I clicked on that accidentally. I didn't even know that was there. And now I can't click on Jen's text. Hi, Sean. This is Jen, as you can tell, just checking to see if you're still coming by. Not too wasted yet, so you can come out to play. Sean, I heard something happened at your house. Please call Lila. We're here for you. Sean, I wish I could talk to you, but my parents say that I can't for legal reasons. My mom is a lawyer and says we can't get involved at all and that you can't contact me again for legal reasons. So, like, if I say it's for legal reasons, that's like a disclaimer. It's not about me or you. They didn't even want me to text you, but there's no way I won't tell you that I'm so sorry about your father. I truly wish I could help. Your friend, Jen. So kind of like, this is the last sign off. This is the last you'll hear from me. When I think of these characters, I think of this idea or this feeling that everything is crumbling around them and it's so tragic and they're so young and none of it is their fault. Hi, Mr. Diaz. This is the officer. This is Officer Tanaka of the South Seattle Police Department. We need to talk to you immediately about the incident yesterday involving your father. My first thought when I read that is this idea that technically it doesn't mean it's that they're saying that it is. It's almost like saying we don't want to arrest you, we don't want to blame you, but I do believe that police officers are allowed to lie to people. So, like, how much do we trust that? The best way to deal with this situation is to contact us before it escalates even more. That feels like a low-key threat. Contact me at this number ASAP. And I mean, like, we do often look at it too as like, if you're not talking to the police, then you must be guilty. There's no good way to look at this. There's absolutely none. You ready for the party? Answer, or I'll take your hot dad. Where the fuck did you go? Come back. I haven't shown you my outfit yet. You think you're the only one that's trying to score? Ugh, I bet she regrets these texts. Hello? You still there? Don't bail on me, you asshole. Seriously? If you're not going to the party, I'll kill you. Did you hear that noise? It's Halloween, not 4th of July, people. Oh my god, she was on the call the whole fucking time. Fuck, I hate that when you ghost out on me. I'm pretty sure you don't do that when you're texting, Jen. Am I right? I'm out. Call me when you're ready to go. Police car's right down the street. Call me, please. So, like, the text slowly when she starts realizing that something actually happened. And it's not just, like, normal ghosting. Dad said your street is on lockdown. Can you see something? I hear the police and ambulance sirens. Sean, answer me. Tell me you're okay. I'm worried sick. Your house is on the news. What the fuck, man? Fuck, call me. They say your dad was shot or shot someone or I don't know. It's bullshit, right? Whatever happened, man. Just talk to me. Call me. Anything. I need to know you're all right. Sean, I can't fucking sleep. Oh, he texted back. Can't stop thinking about you. I need to know you're okay. I'm not okay, Lila. My dad was shot. I'm with Daniel. We're out of town. This is the only person that we know of that he responded to. The only person. This is like the only lifeline. And from what we've seen so far, this is the only person that he is close to. Besides his family. I mean, like, Jen, yeah. But that's like a crush, right? Like, a crush that he didn't get a chance to really nurture and get close to. It's not the same as his best friend that I picture this friend as someone that we've known for years, and there's so much history there. Oh my god, what? What? Sean, where are you? Can't tell. But then this question too is, have the police talked to the family, to this family, Lila's family by now, right? Like, how much have the police kind of gotten to friends and things like that? Sean, I'm so glad you're okay. I'm not. My dad is dead. He shot him. So this is the only person that Sean has been vulnerable with and actually said, like, I'm not okay. Because he's not telling his brother that. He's, like, protecting his brother, shielding his brother from that. My dad is dead. He shot him. What? Who shot who? I can't talk. We have to run. No, come over here now. I can help. You'll be safe. how much would we believe that, though, when we have cops who kind of did stuff like that, though, right? Like, no, call you when I can, sorry. Just call me now so we can talk. I need to hear you. I know you didn't do anything. We'll tell them. But again, like, this different perspective in how we see police. Sean, are you there? I can't sleep. I keep thinking about you. Please be safe, both of you. Love you. Guys, are you okay? We had to stop for a couple hours. Daniel's sleeping. He is done. Where are you now? Hiding. I can get Dad to come pick you up. We can talk this out. No, Lila, I'm sorry. Are you really not coming back, right? Or you really are not coming back, right? No. I'm with you, Sean. Please call me soon. More people. Someone that we don't even have on our phone. Unknown. Haven't talked in a while, man, but I just saw a shitload of cops in your house, so let me know if you're cool. Sean, are you cool? Eric. Oh, look. Trying to select the right people. Where are you, Ass? Get over here. Bring beer. We're out already. So we have people who are reaching out for selfish reasons, as in they only care about themselves, whether they want to feel special because they are the only person who's heard from us, right? Like, when I see this unknown person, we obviously, and I could be wrong about this, but we obviously don't have them in our phone. So when I think of that, I think of someone who maybe potentially wants to feel special or wants to feel different or wants to hear back from us for something to do with them, right? Like, yes, there may be some amount of goodness in that. Like, they still want to check that we're okay. And that is still a like good thing, but it's still this kind of text still reminds me of people who only reach out when we win the lottery. Right? Because there obviously wasn't enough of a relationship that we have them in our number. Or we have them in our phone before this. So, and then we have people who only reached out because they wanted us to bring beer, right? So we have a variety of people who are reaching out to us. We have like Jen, who's kind of like, I can't have a relationship with you, but I want to send condolences. How much do those condolences mean to us? They mean something, right? We have our boss who's like, please, who kind of sounds like the police, but like thinly veiled. We have the actual police. We have our friend who genuinely seems to want to help. And then we have other people who are more distant from us. And we could say that that's like the variety of responses that we might get when someone passes away, when someone dies, especially if it's very public. We might get those people who only reach out because it's very public and maybe they want to feel involved. Kind of like, I want to feel like I was a part of something. And yes, there's still that amount of goodness where they're still checking in on us. But again, like, is that the actual thing? And then, you know, the people who are having very selfish choices where it's like, bring the beer now. And then we get the people who honestly are all about, how can I honestly help you? What do you honestly need, even if it puts me out? You know, and then all these very practical things. Oh, okay, so we have a map. How to customize Sean's bag. Some souvenirs can customize your bag. Souvenirs become available to customize your bag are shown by an icon. There are two types of souvenirs for customization. Patches and... Oh, patch and hung. To equip, unequip a souvenir in your bag, select it and press A. Okay. Oh. So we have Arcadia Bay bundle, which... Arcadia Bay is the first game? So will we see these? On our bag. Hung ones. I need a hung one. That one is neither. Let's do a bear. Oh, I don't have it. Okay, well, let's go back to the Arcadia Bay bundle. So nothing in our backpack is necessarily new. The condoms are, I guess, technically new. Receipt, diner receipt, way out of budget, but we'd been walking for hours and Daniel needed this really bad, so did I. So that's where we spent our $10. Blanket, thank gosh I have this blanket to keep us warm. Feels like a tiny bit of home. Yeah.
I'm bored. Sean, can I play Mustard Party on your phone? Please?
No, it'd use up the battery. And there's no charger.
Dude, get real. The battery's almost dead, and we're gonna need it.
Come on. You said there's no reception.
So what? You'd still kill the battery. Forget it.
You just don't want me to beat your store.
That's right. And you never will.
They need like a solar
Dale's a
charger.
zombie. We gotta get to sleep. Funny how a little food chills Daniel out.
But then what are you gonna do tomorrow for food?
You okay, buddy?
Yeah. Feels good to sit down. Sean, are you mad at me for what happened with Brett? I don't remember everything.
This is like a meat and potatoes kind of conversation, right? I imagine that both of these characters could feel the same way. Do you blame me? And then in the journal, Sean talked about the same way. It's all blurry. And that's definitely a way that we can look at trauma. It's not clear, or it's like stuck in our brain, right? It's not your fault. Nothing happened. We got in a fight. This feels like an important conversation. We have a brother who's looked up to us. And this very traumatic and life-changing event that happened. And I feel like this is going to impact how our brother sees this and potentially how our brother sees himself. I feel like saying it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Shit happens. Brett deserved it.
Why can't I remember? That's weird.
Don't worry, dude. You were running around all day. You tired out. It happens.
I don't know if that kind of conversation or that kind of answer would actually... I don't know if that actually like would make it sound like it's not his fault though. It's just kind of like, oh, life happens. That doesn't necessarily that's different than just saying like
Wonder what else is around here.
bears beats Battlestar Galactica. But saying it the way that he said it, we're just kind of like, oh, he deserved it. That's different than saying like life happens, it's not your fault. I don't know, there's just different ways to say that. And I guess I don't quite know how our brother will interpret that, because that's the important part. How will our brother interpret that?
You look tired. Ready to crash?
I've been ready all day. My feet hurt.
Bet.
I think we earned some serious rest. I could sleep forever.
Not on this ground.
Better than freezing out there, right?
Way better. Now we have a real fire.
And a secure base. You did awesome today, Daniel.
Really?
Hell yeah. Without you, there's no fellowship.
That's cool. Eyes won't stay open, Sean.
Stay tight, bro.
I don't think this is going to have a good ending. No matter what happens. It's never gonna be a good ending. I don't like that it's still the middle of the night. Oh no.
Dad? Dad, where are we?
Daniel? Hey, bro. Wake up.
Sean? What happened? Where's Dad?
It's okay. You just had a bad dream. That's all.
Sean? I'm scared. I keep hearing noises.
No, don't be. Everything's cool.
But we're alone. You said there were bears and wolves.
Damn it, I knew that was a bad choice.
You fortified our base, so we're safe. And look, our fire's still roaring. Daniel, we'll find a better place tomorrow, okay? And food, too. I promise.
You promise?
Promise.
There's a certain part of me that almost wants them to be found so then they won't have to worry about food, water, shelter.
Look, it's easier now. We're going downhill. Just gotta keep walking.
Yeah. You said things were getting better yesterday. And the day before.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm trying my best. Let's walk a little more. There will be a rest stop or something where we can buy food. I'm sure of it.
So Daniel is starting to call Sean on his stuff. Almost like, whenever you keep saying that things will be better tomorrow, that's toxic positivity. Because it's not acknowledging where we're currently at, right? He's starting to call him on that. Starting to have less patience. Starting to have, as in like Daniel is having less patience with Sean. And this is stressful for both of them. They're both just trying their best.
Are you okay?
Yeah. No. I was just thinking about when Harry Thompson wanted to beat me up. Me and Noah traded some games with Harry. But he didn't like his. So he said he was gonna get us after school.
What did you do?
We waited in the gym until he went home.
That's it? You should have told me.
I tried. But you said to get out of your room.
Ah. I'm sorry, or you should have insisted. I'm sorry takes responsibility.
I'm sorry, Nano. I should have listened.
You never believe me. Like with Brett?
Yeah, I know. It's just... I'll do better, okay?
Yeah. I kind of wish you weren't so mean all the time.
I'm trying my best, man. I know it's been tough.
Don't worry. Hey, there's something ahead.
Yep. Must be the gas station we saw on that sign.
So those little bits of information are like Daniel basically saying, I'm not a kid, you don't have to protect me like I'm a kid anymore. So if we hear more of that, is there going to be a point where we will tell him the truth? And then again, if he's insisting that he's not a kid anymore, is he going to be upset about that? Is he going to be upset that we protected him from that and that we didn't tell him sooner? What's my button? I was like, oh my gosh, I got a new message from Lila, and then the phone is dead.
Shit.
Finally. I thought we'd never get out of these woods alive. Awesome. I'm so hungry for real food right now.
I hear you.
I need a solar charger.
We're
for
gonna
that
get
phone.
food, water, and plus a map.
Oh my
We can
gosh.
find-
I didn't know this is going to be like resource management. Do I actually have to like pay attention to my food? Because why else would it be here for me to track? Why? I'm sorry. Why do I have leaves? I must have packed my bag a bit too swiftly. Didn't mean to take these with us. Wanted to leave these behind, but Dan insisted. Are we going to be like stealing and replacing things with leaves and pine cones? Oh, is the water bottle empty? Oh, it is. Oh. So the game feels like it's forcing us to a place where we're going to have to start stealing or whatever. These kinds of things that I've been trying to avoid. Nope. Oh, man. This feels like a good place to stop. Oh, there's so much about this game that is so tragic. I feel so bad for these characters. I feel like a lot of this game is about the relationship between these two characters, right? Between Sean and Daniel, and like how they see each other. Even just that little bit at the end with Daniel where he was like, oh, I was just thinking about this bully. It sounds like we're seeing him just slightly different now. And again, if we apologize or don't apologize, if versus like blaming him, right? Like victim blaming, right? The more we say like, oh, you should have done this. Granted, sometimes that does help people understand how to communicate with us, but sometimes that just comes across as victim blaming. And it's basically like saying, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, you should have just done this better. Not saying we say it in that tone of voice, but how we communicate almost seems to interact the relationship with these characters, right? Like, I had talked about the bears, and our brother had a nightmare, and really kind of that had an impact. Would that have happened anyways? I don't know, but a part of me looks at this as though it's kind of like, what is the long-term plan here? Like, what are we doing, right? But then there's this other part about like, well, what about the relationship between these two characters, right? How are they going to be impacted with this? Oh, there's no way of knowing. It's just more tragic the longer this plays out. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the game, in the videos, and I'll see you next time.